I will admit, that could have gone slightly better. Near and trim, no. Boy, yeah, it's, guys, yo. Did I actually do that correctly? I don't know. And welcome back to FTW. This, of course, is the series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer online and on social media during the course of the week. Now, this week really has had it all. I discovered this absolutely banging jerk chicken place on Deliveroo, so like that was a bit. But more importantly than that,
con la espinita de la Champions, de la eliminación por cómo fue más que nada.
Lionel Messi has announced his desire to leave his boyhood dream club Barcelona after that embarrassing Champions League exit against Bayern Munich. Now, I spoke more about this in a specific video yesterday. You can check out the link down in the description. But he seems set on a move that would see him reunited with Pep Guardiola at City. Leo in England, I'm gonna have to inform the correct authorities, I'm afraid. Will he fit in with the current dressing room atmosphere? Will he be able to overcome the language barrier given he can't speak English? Alright, lad. No hablo inglés. No, I know, that's why we're... Listen, never mind. Are you ready for your lesson? Vale. Alright, repeat after me. I was dead chuffed when our kid found me ball down the ginnel. Proper sound like when I found it. Thought it was gone forever. We're mint having a kick about it. Now, obviously, this is incredible news for City fans. But just like his growth hormones, this is a bitter pill to swallow for me. Am I masking my football-related depression by making jokes? You bet I am. The one bit of joy, though, thinking about Coutinho again. Barcelona paid a ridiculous fee. They loaned him out to Bayern, who then got to the final, and then contributed in the game that ultimately saw Lionel Messi want to lead their own club. It's betrayal from the Brazilian. He stabbed them in the back, shot them in the back 7 times. It seems a little bit excessive there, Felipe. This Glaswegian news outlet had the cheek to call Lionel Messi a former target when reporting the news. You tried to sign him in 2004, okay? And you chose Alex Ray instead. Who was involved in that piece of business? Elsewhere, and there's the similarly crazy story going on in Greece, where Harry Maguire has been arrested and charged for 3 separate offences whilst on holiday. The new series of Banged Up Abroad is going to be absolutely cracking. Even when Manchester United aren't involved in football matches, they're still securing penalties. At least we've got live scenes of the scrap here. He'll be fine, as long as Ed Woodward isn't involved in the bail negotiations, trying to come in with 7 installments of payment plus a 30% next bail fee. I don't even know why we're in this position in the first place. He could have just used his giant slab head to break through the bars. That could be the excuse. The gravity of his noggin pulled the officers towards him and accidentally assaulted them that way. Now, if anyone who doesn't know the story, supposedly his sister was injected whilst at this party or somewhere by these Albanian men, and then he assaulted a police officer whilst they were trying to drag him away from the assailant. For crying out loud, it sounds like a script from Taken, but just an Albanian version. I will find you, and I will headbutt your fucking noggin off me. Oh, obviously, this is very traumatic for everybody involved, if true, and I guess counts as self-defense in that situation. It's the only defending he's been able to do all season, so there's at least that as a positive. But to me, the whole situation is very sketchy. That story really only came about in a very rushed trial, and also, why would he have tried to have bribed the police officers if it was just an act of self-defense? He seems to be taking it all very well on Instagram with this inspirational quote: "Harry, it's not year 8 anymore. Just Tumblr things can't get you through difficult times." One thing I will say, though, is the media coverage for this story has vexed me greatly. When he was initially arrested, all the talk was about him being a model professional, and how could this innocent young white boy have done such a thing? But could you imagine the story if this was Raheem Sterling? Whether it was self-defense or not, extremely black man Raheem Sterling violently attacks brave police officer, leaving him with bruise the shape of Syria in an attempt to encourage yet more illegal immigrants to this great country. Unsurprisingly, it's led to Gareth Southgate dropping him from his most recent squad. I think Twitter got the wrong idea of what drop he meant. To be honest, Gareth needs one of those as well after his team selection. Harry Maguire has actually been convicted of a crime, and Eric Dyer's inclusion is the most criminal thing about this squad. And how can you name a squad without a single left back in it? Now, Gareth, correct me if I'm wrong. We seem to have 3 right backs in the side. Where are the left backs? Left back in the changing room? Am I right? right? Yeah? You saw that? I haven't brought any of them with me. Dear Lord, we're over 5 minutes of the way through this video and I haven't even mentioned the Champions League final yet.
Oh, vai continuar online.
Unfortunately, it wasn't quite the classic we were hoping for, but Bayern Munich came out on top, victorious 1-0 over Paris Saint-Germain. We probably would have had more goals if it wasn't for a great performance from Manuel Neuer. He then put out an Instagram post later on celebrating the victory with the location as Marseille Stadium, aka PSG's sworn enemies. It's a shithousery award for the German shot stopper. He was, however, helped by a suspiciously underwhelming performance from PSG's attackers. Mbappe was left a broken man. He couldn't even pull his suitcase correctly, although a decent amount of people won't even know why. Someone was holding a stream with an alternative game from years ago between PSG and Bayern Munich and selling it as the Champions League final, even though it was from like 2016. We've allowed Robert Lewandowski to win a Champions League after his TikToks. He celebrated with the trophy in his bed. Neymar celebrated with a member of family in his, and it's all come full circle. Ander Herrera gave a brutally honest interview after the game.
What's it like playing without fans?
No, it's shit.
Meanwhile, Alphonso Davies had other things on his mind. He was celebrating a follow from Drake on Insta.
Jesse! Oh my God! Hold on.
Is it any surprise that Bayern Munich won their game when they had a member of the Avengers in the squad? When he says that he's bench pressing, he means that he's lifting all 10 of Bayern's substitutes. Word has it PSG couldn't even get home because Goretzka ate the team bus before they could get in it. PSG's rivals Marseille were extremely pleased with the result. They were out celebrating in the streets with fireworks after the game. Creative midfielder Dimitri Payet put out a video taunting them on Twitter. Marseille legend Djibril Cissé did something similar, and some fans even flew a plane with a message on the back rubbing it in over Paris itself. It's a shithousery award for the entirety of Marseille. Elsewhere in Europe, Sevilla won their 67th Europa League title, beating Inter 3-2. The winner coming in the form of a Lukaku own goal. Touch. Meanwhile, a fight almost broke out between Inter manager Antonio Conte and Sevilla midfielder Ever Banega after the Argentinian claimed he would attempt to pull Antonio Conte's hair to see if it was a wig or not during the game. Andy Carroll has scored this. How many more things can 2020 throw at me? Over at Arsenal, there's the brilliant news that Socrates and his wife have given birth. Well, he hasn't, because that's not. But the crucial thing is that it comes 9 months after Unai Emery was sacked. Make of that what you will. Odion Ighalo has announced a new sponsor partnership with Dettol. I mean, it does work wonders on a multitude of surfaces, kitchens, metal, plastics, like 50% of their fan base. But a better story for Manchester United fans is that centre-back Victor Lindelof was involved in some feel-good news, chasing down a thief who'd stolen something, I think, from an old lady. I can't remember the full story. Regardless, the bravery was very admirable, so big ups to Victor. He's got a shot coming though when he realises he's back playing alongside Harry Maguire again. Hello all, and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back by popular demand for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. Liverpool have announced a new partnership with Fortnite. Yes, with them. Yeah, that's not cringe at all. Oh, we are actually farmers. Oh my. Some new kits have been dropped this week, including West Bromwich Albion, whose new alternate kit makes it look like they're accepting orders for a chicken legend burger. We've got Bristol City, who released some new goalkeeping kits in a very rainbow fashion. The response to that was shocking, and everyone wonders why there's no openly gay footballers. Well, big ups yourself, Bristol City. One of them is a bit clapped in terms of just looking at it, but the message is sick. Do your thing. And finally, new members of the Football League Harrogate Town. Over at Coventry and one diehard fan has simply had enough of one of their players, suggesting that Jody Jones just is not good enough for the club, especially after his most recent knee injury. He went on to score an absolute screamer in their next game, and the Coventry admin actually quote retweeted the original tweet. Meanwhile, over at Sky Sports News,
it's day 2 of the latest round of games in the Bob Willis Trophy.
but now, boys and girls, it's time for the FNG Transfer Roundup. Sorry, I was just doing my hair as well. It's been a very busy week in terms of wheelings and dealings, so let's get right into it. We start with the shocking news that Lionel Messi has informed his boyhood dream club. Oh, we've already covered that in this video. God, this really is the last place to hear about the news. Over in North London, and Arsenal fans have decided to become spies to try and work out whether midfielder Gabriel Maguire'S is on the way into the club, identifying cars they've used for signings before, and even trying to use the patterns of the clouds in comparison to those in London with this photo he posted on Instagram. Very impressive, given all our sources have been able to manage is the fact that he's Portuguese. Wait, he's Brazilian. For fuck's sake, lads. And finally, there's the quite incredible news that Barcelona centre-back Gerard Piqué has been linked with a move to newly promoted Fulham. And after his performance against Bayern Munich, you could argue that's maybe too much of a step up. Yep, you've absolutely smashed that picture, mate. Over in Wales, and a game between Barry Town was proving very difficult for fans to watch on television. And in West London, Amazon put up a billboard for their up-and-coming documentary on Jose Mourinho and Tottenham, describing the Portuguese manager as Chelsea's ex in the Chelsea area of London. We really do love to see it. But now it is time for Still at 0-0, and you guys know the score by now. This is a segment of the show where I bring to you the best of Sunday League and amateur football, and this time we're heading to a familiar area. Sunday League side Redbridge Football Club could be about to see their goal of the season. Or not. Maybe not. On to the weird stuff though now. Over in Poland, we seem to have a football match going on at a construction site. We have this absolutely outstanding new celebration. Over in the Netherlands, and Feyenoord have signed Bernardo Silva. Not that Bernardo Silva, but a different player called Bernardo Silva. And finally, there is the incredibly heartwarming news that Manchester City icon Scott Carson, deliverer of multiple clean sheets, I mean, he hasn't played yet, so technically he hasn't conceded either if you think about it, is going to be extending his stay at the club for another year. Scott Carson will remain a Manchester City player. And on that note, that is it for football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @theofficialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.